my valve stem is 274 thousandths. Now I can take one of these small hole gauges, which are very similar to our very similar to the T gauges in how they work and what we do with them. Has a portion on the end here that we can tighten it up so it'll expand the end. We get it down inside the guide, find about the middle of the guide. We want to find a nice drag on it, similar to what we were doing. We were using the T gauges on the cylinders. And then we can take our mic and take a measurement. Should be. And let's try this again. Ooh, lost some of my tension. $276 thousandths. So what is my difference between my guide and my thing? Bobby, what's the difference? What's my difference? Oh, ask Dwayne. You guys weren't talking to each other. You're paying attention to me.
You say 74?
It said 74 and 76. Yeah, so 2 thousandths. We have 2 thousandths difference between our guide and our stem, which is pretty good. There is a specification for that. And we need to know what is acceptable and what isn't. And then there's lots of different manners in which we can bring them back to spec. Maybe we need to replace, maybe it's a cylinder head that the guide can be replaced, meaning they can knock the guide out, put new guides in, put a new valve in, brings everything back to specification. Maybe they can't. Maybe they need to do a machining process to get the guide back to proper size. They can do what's called knurling. How many people know what knurling is? Anybody know what knurling is? What's knurling?
Just really kind of like rough it up and
Yes. So knurling, this stuff here is called knurling. They can do a knurling process inside there to tighten that back up. Don't see that too much anymore. They can also ream this out and put in a bronze or brass bushing in there to take up that space. In some cases, they may just say, no, we're just going to replace the whole cylinder head. That stuff's going to come down to cost. What's more cost effective? If there was lots of these cylinder heads out there and they're not very expensive, they're probably just going to replace it or spend us all that labor-intensive time to repair it. If it's something that is not, that is easily can be obtained or bought at a reasonable price, they may go through the machining processes to get it back. We want that to be proper tolerance between the valve and the stem, because if it's not proper, it's going to move around. There are seals on the other end of the valve that help seal out oil, but if this is moving around excessively, we're going to have wear that wear that we don't want on our valve and seat. We're also going to get oil that's going to seep past the valves, down past the guides, and into the cylinder, causing a burning oil condition. So it's important that these things are correct. This is the stuff you will have to do on your hands-on test starting tomorrow.